They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Jalen Wright. And he's hit behind the line of scrimmage and taken down right away. A loss of yards. What a message on the first play.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They bring the tight end in motion. Throwing now from the gun. That'll be caught. It's Jalen Wright. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
In danger of an opening 3 and out, they face 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down. Like living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Look wide, get this one complete. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Let's go. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On 1st and 10, it's a handoff. Wait a minute, it's a reverse. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Hall. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Ready? Check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Ready?
It's 1st down, and it's Hall. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Bronco switch, Bronco switch. Street, street. Go.
Another run here with Hall. Finding space at the 15. And he's going to take this all the way home. Reese Hall. Touchdown, Jets. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Head up. This is right. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. Back on the ground and back to right. And he'll weave his way down close to that first down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. To throw. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. And he will score. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Miami.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. Kane-Wanwu now to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Trap 60.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A throw on the run is complete. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
He'll get this out to the left flat. And good yardage there after the catch to wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They will run it over center with Hall. And that'll give them a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. They'll go again with Hall. Good blocking to the 15. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, his offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Hall. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 5-yard line.
Here we go. Check.
A touchdown apiece here in the 1st quarter of play. Harris Evans on the scoreboard. More from MetLife Stadium after this. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
70 Lions. Go.
Give up the middle with Hall. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. 3rd and a yard. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
What really stood out about that last play is the job the quarterback did keeping his eyes downfield despite the pocket collapsing around him. He was able to shake off that first guy, but by the time he did, allowed the rest of that rush to get home, and they were able to clean things up. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
After the made field goal, Butker back on the field to send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
Let's go. Move it, 19. 70.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's going to be pulled in by Wright. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
19.
A shotgun handoff to Wright. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Sending it deep for Waddle. Oh, he tried to throw it back across his body, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jacorian Bennett.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Here's 2nd and 9. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that is incomplete. But now a penalty flag comes in late. He might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar. They give to Hall. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner route. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Maris Leofau. And the Dolphins are going to have it. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
Every once in a while, Mike, you see a quarterback predetermined before the snap where they're going to go with the ball, and I think that was the case here. He told himself, I'm throwing the ball to him no matter what, and it ends up being a costly mistake.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Now they'll set up to throw. That's caught by Spears out of the backfield. Here's a 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up Incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Back to the air one more time. Sending it deep for Waddle. It's intercepted. He tried to take on Sauce, and Gardner took it away. And the Jets are going to get the football here at their own 38-yard line.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again?
The drive begins with a run, and it's home. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
2 minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat, Panther 11, Panther 11. Go!
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts.
13 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Lion, here we go, here we go.
And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10.
Let's go. 18 back, 18 back. Check up.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one. He's going to have to get a lot better with the ball. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
On the set.
Well, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, he'll throw, and for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked picked off by Quan Martin.
This is something we see so often out of these young quarterbacks, Mike, is their inability to manipulate the defense. They kind of telegraph where they're going to go with their ball, with their eyes. And I'd love to see him the next time when he gets to the top of his drop. Look off the safety. Hold some of the underneath defenders from where you ultimately know you want to go with the ball. A lot of that just comes with experience, and sometimes you got to gain that experience the hard way.
On the handoff, here comes Hall. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching his ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80.
Now, faking the give. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on. You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. But sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
Third and 5.
Cougar 19. Hey, smash Bronco. Go.
On the give, it's Hall. The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. They can still pick up a first down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down.
Stephanie. Tiger, 19 Tiger. Put.
This is a little bit of a tough spot for a play caller, Mike. 4th down, is it close enough that I can run the ball? Is it far enough that I have to risk a pass? That took some courage to call a run play, and fortunate for them, they're able to celebrate after.
From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal.
Ready. Panther 60, Panther 60. Check go.
They run out of the gun and tag on a reverse. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line. Now a timeout signal form, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break. Go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal.
Here we go, set.
Now this time they'll look to throw. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by the linebacker, Maris Leofau. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half. So we're at halftime with just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number two kicks off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
So they failed to connect on another throw, and it's really been the story for both of these teams throughout this ballgame. I mean, neither offense can get anything going, and when you look at the scoreboard, it certainly reflects that.
They'll try to hit him with a screen. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
How often do we see, Mike, the running back, they get a little too antsy and they go a little too fast on these screen plays. In this case, great job by the back. First, he let his offensive lineman go out. He then follows behind. That's the key to a good screenplay.
60 by 6, 60, 70 Rangers, 70, set up, 18, Pioneer. Ready.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Viking 18. Let's go. Go trap, go trap.
Slot man in motion left. He's going to have the first down and then some. They'll get a new set of downs. It's a gain of 19. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
18 Cardinal.
He'll drop to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. Good pickup of 16 on that screen play, and a first down.
You can kind of sense this defense smells blood in the water. They're able to get to the quarterback on the previous down and thinking, heck, let's do it again. Great timing on this screenplay by the play caller. use the aggressiveness of the defense against them, time up the screen to the back, and pick up a first down.
A run here with Hall. He is in. Breece Hall. Touchdown, New York. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Ready up.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Tight end motioning left. They'll run out of the gun with Wright. And he'll be brought down at the 32 after a short pickup. Second down and 8. Putting the tight end in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Dolphins first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
First down throw there is incomplete.
Let's give credit to that pass rush for making their presence felt, and although it didn't result in a sack, it's the disruption of the timing that's just enough to force that incompletion.
Davis going in motion. Back to the air again on second. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to hit another good one. Good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A give. Here's Hall. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Come on, set, go!
It's out wide. They're trying the tight end screen. It is 3rd and 10.
Track it, 60.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Here comes Smith on the return. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets this complete to Michael Wilson. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hands, and results in a completion.
Gabe Davis, the intended receiver, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this is one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On the give, it's right. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. In motion, it's Waddle. On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. And that is incomplete.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. And he will have a Dolphins 1st down. They wind up with a gain of 11 on 4th down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Let's go now.
In motion, it's Waddle. They'll look to throw yet again. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on third down.
Mike, when you're completing less than 35% of your passes, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. He's just too erratic throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it's exactly how they practiced. And other times, it looks like they've never practiced at all.
Not going to get there. Coming up a couple of yards short. This is going to be a turnover on downs. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
Ready?
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And he will take this one in. 72 yards. Touchdown, Jets. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Harrison Butker set to kick off.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's caught downfield by Waddle. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of play. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now they'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. He'll look to throw. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch. I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's in. Gabe Davis. Touchdown, Dolphins. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way. Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Wanwu. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Here's 1st and 10. On the run, here's Hall. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. Here's Hall. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
They'll come up to 3rd and 3.
Ready? Cowboy 80.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. They'll set up the screen to Hall. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
Let's go now. Reload. Reload. Check out.
They'll run it for the first time with Case Brown. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the 4th quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Receiver in motion, headed left. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the 2nd phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here. And there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And he will finally be taken down at the Jets' 12. A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards. Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10.
Ready? 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Now a give, but here comes a reverse. And he will score. Touchdown, New York. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And another score in another good performance after winning the opener on their way to 2-0.
Mike, you can't be 2-0 without being 1-0, and for them to be able to continue to string early wins together in the first part of the year, this is the start that every team dreams about. This is what you work for all offseason long, to start your season and build some early momentum. gives you a lot of flexibility and wiggle room as the rest of this season plays on.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They bring their tight end right. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Jermaine Johnson. Nothing better than a big man touchdown. The defensive lineman comes up with a pick six. Celebration time for the guys up front.
Yeah, Mike, and you can always see which guys have a little running back in their pass, because this big guy, when he got his hands on the ball, he was not being stopped until he found himself in the end zone.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Right back to the air following that pick six. Oh, he puts another ball up for grabs, and this one's also intercepted. Picked off by Jacorian Bennett. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college.
The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
They just have to be better on first down. They've got to find a way to continue to operate ahead of the sticks, and I don't mind throwing it on first down. That is the best down in football to attempt to pass, but if they don't protect the passer,
under pressure, he's going to go down again. They've sacked him for a second consecutive time.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Going for it all. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But, boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
1st and 10. is caught left side by Waddle. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Let's go now.
And that one incomplete.
That's a throw that's going to make them cringe on Monday, Mike, in the film room. At this level, quick hitters, those quick, easy passes, those should be borderline automatic. But it was anything but this time around.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
Hey, Ryan.
In motion, it's Waddle. Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's going to be pulled in by Wright. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. They'll throw out of the gun. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He will have the conversion and more. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Back to the air one more time. Now, and this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him.
To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
Hawk 70, Hawk 718, Pioneer. Here we go, set.
Now, faking the give. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
Let's go.
A loss of 6. Brings up
Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So this one in the win column for the Jets. They get the job done here at home, and they follow the opening weekend victory with another here to move to 2-0 on the season. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jets as we say goodbye from MetLife Stadium.
Should I walk away? what you talking about. There's no something else with that. That's what she said. She said.